Hello everyone, good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you decide to watch this video. Today I am going to be talking about the good and the beautiful Level K math. So if you would like to watch, stick around. Feeling quite dramatic today, so I apologize for that kind of 90s-ish introduction going on. So it doesn't seem that way, but Miss Eva here kept me up all night. Isn't it amazing how they can keep you up all night and then just have like boundless amounts of energy the next day? I don't know how they do it, but I've already drank 2 cups of coffee and now I'm on ginger tea because for whatever reason, whenever I don't get much sleep, I just feel really yucky and nauseous the next day. I don't know if anybody else is like that, but that's just how I've been since I was a kid. So anyway, we are going to be talking about the good and the beautiful Level K math, and I'm using it currently on my almost 5-year-old son Noah. So I'd like to say a disclaimer that the Good and the Beautiful is completely revamping their math curriculum. So I actually got these on sale for I think I paid like 21 bucks for this curriculum, and originally it was way more. But basically they're making the new curriculum so that it has less manipulatives. They're still effective and it still looks like a really good curriculum. You can go check it out. Maybe I can link their the video somewhere. And you can check it out and see what the new curriculum is going to look like. But if you want to try to save a couple bucks, they currently have this with a specific amount off, like a percentage off, like I did, and you can get it a little bit cheaper because I do think that this program is really good and pretty solid. So I am excited to see the new math curriculum, but I'm also really excited to continue using this one, so I'm not going to be feeling left out or like my kid's not going to get as much learning through this. So what I really like about the Good and the Beautiful math is it's very colorful. It's very engaging, especially for my very hyperactive 4-year-old boy Noah. So that is with lesson 1. So on lesson 1, we read Max and the Hive. And we went through that, and we actually got a bunch of bean manipulatives that come in this box over here, this fancy schmancy big box. And on the back, it actually tells you what it comes with. And my son loves the bean manipulatives. I really hope that they continue to use a form of the bees, the manipulatives, because they're these cute little bee manipulatives. And he loves them because we like to say a poem that goes along with it. You're supposed to do the poem. 5 little bees in a hive learning how to fly. The first bee hops, the second one slides. The third goes up, but then she dives. The 4th bee wiggles, she's almost there. The 5th bee's up, she's in the air. 5 little bees in a hive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what we like to do with these little bee manipulatives is, as I'm reading the poem, they're all in a line because you're supposed to put them in the line. So the blue's for the parent to read only, and then the black is to read out loud. It tells you to line all the bees up in a straight line, and then from left to right, you're going to read the poem below, and you point to each bee as you go. But we made it more fun by, instead of pointing to each bee, he likes to act it out. So 5 little bees in a hive learning how to fly. The first bee hops, so whoop. So the second one slides. So he just likes to act it out, and it makes it a lot more fun for him. So here is what lesson 2 looks like. And every day you're going to do the daily dose, which is pretty, once you get into it, it kind of gets into this rhythm, and he knows what's going to come next. So you do the calendar, and you go over the day. He liked to explain January as a brown tornado. We do not live in an area that's ever really experienced tornadoes. I mean, they're extremely rare. He's just obsessed with weather, tornadoes, hurricanes, whirlpools. He's obsessed with tornadoes, anything like that. So that is why my 4-year-old decided to draw a brown tornado. You do the month of the year song. It's in the math helps on the good and the beautiful. And then we also do days of the week song on there. You do write down a demonstration of the day. You do the place value chart. And then you also do the shape shuffle, which is basically you have a specific select amount of shapes that they ask you to pick out, and you put it upside down so that they can't see on the back, and then they pick one up, and then you go to the back of the book and you do the graph. So he can almost pretty much do all those independently. It's just a very quick thing. At first it takes a long time. The first lesson it was a lot longer, but then after that it's like 5 minutes. The longest part of it is probably just listening through the songs, honestly. And my kids really enjoy the songs. They sing along to it. It's a very soothing, calming voice. I don't know, it's cute. So the lessons are pretty short, but because he's not even 5 yet, he is pretty advanced for math, I would say. But because he's not quite 5, I want to just take it slow. So we actually only do math twice a week because we do school 4 days a week. 2 days is focused on language arts, and 2 days is focused on his math. So it goes through the lesson real quick, and it's not actually long, but because of that, I just like to break it down. So we'll do a quick little lesson, and then I'll usually do at least one worksheet, and then to kind of reinforce what he's learned, I like to also spread out. So then we'll do the same thing, but a couple days later, to see if he remembers. And if he does, then we're good to go. So like here, he had a little worksheet, and it had to do with the bees and the animals. He was counting them out and drawing the line. The next lesson, again, it's pretty much the same thing. I really do. I love how it's just so simple. It's so bright and colorful. It's just very happy curriculum. So this curriculum came with the 2 books. There's a part 1 and there's a part 2. So let me look at the scope and sequence. So this is a combined teacher's book and student workbook. So for your child to begin this program, they need to have course prerequisites. Oh my goodness. So they need to know before and after. So they need to pretty much know all of their colors. They need to be able to count to 10 independently, no helping, no skipping numbers, nothing like that. They can count up to 5 objects. So instead of just counting in their head like 1, 2, 3, they need to be able to actually count an object and understand when to stop counting. And because sometimes kids will be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so they'll kind of keep going. They know there's an order, but they don't know when to specifically stop. They can identify numbers 1 through 5, which means that they can actually see the numbers and see, okay, that's a 1, that's a 2. They can identify their shapes. They know how to hold a pencil correctly. So that means not doing a palmer's grasp and doing that, and no willy-nilly craziness. And they need to be able to use their scissors. So if your child meets all of those prerequisites, then that means that they are ready for the Math K program. The course objectives is being able to identify number recognition, identifying 0 through 20, writing 0 through 20, and spell numerals 0 through 10. They're gonna be able to do number sense operations, count up to 20, count to 100, count tens to 100, twos to 20, etc. Patterns, they're gonna be finding patterns in nature, recognizing AB, ABC, ABCD. He actually just started doing the pattern recognitions. So we actually ended up playing with Legos, and we were doing the colors so that he could figure out, you know, this one, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow. So he was actually putting that into his play as well. Geometry, they're gonna do their shapes, ellipse, pentagon, hexagon, 3D shapes, positional words, left, right, spatial reasoning, measurement of time, days of the week, months of the year, use of a calendar. I don't expect that a 5-year-old would be able to actually grasp time entirely, so don't feel bad if your child is not grasping time, because that is a very hard concept for kids to grasp. I don't remember when my oldest started grasping time, but I know that it's normal for some kids to not quite get it, so just keep introducing it and be gentle with it. Don't try to force it, you know. Measurements in length, inches, measurements in money, measurement graphing, and that was the graph that you saw with the shapes. And then you have bonus material. If that sounds kind of overwhelming for your child's age, sometimes it can feel pretty overwhelming at first, but then when you actually go through the program and then you're breaking things down, it starts gently. It's not just going to go right into it. It's going to just gently ease kids into the curriculum. So it's not just going to like fly right into it. So don't feel too overwhelmed, because when I first was looking at this, I was like, oh man, I don't know if he's going to be able to do all of this. But now that we've actually doing it, it's very gentle approach. It's not too crazy. It's not too overwhelming. And then we can, you know, the beautiful part about homeschool is you can slow down or speed up. You know, if he's really grasped a concept, we could do more than one lesson. If he's not quite there, we'll just spread out the lesson for a couple days until he's really grasped it. Something to make, I'm gonna call it a mini abacus, because I can't say the word for the life of me. It's this. So they actually they sent me something to actually make my own. So these like little like white and yellow things. I didn't want to make my own, I was lazy. So I went on Amazon, I bought this. It's Hand to Mind, and it's made out of wood. It's actually really good. I got 4, and it was pretty cheap. I think it was like 11 bucks for 4. So it was pretty affordable. I didn't have any issues. It's, you know, it's just this cute little thing. We haven't used it yet, but I'm assuming we're gonna be using it soon. Came with these pattern block pieces, big deck of cards, handwriting card. As you can see, I haven't erased it yet, and then that's the back. The place value chart. Is that what? Yeah. So when I first got it, I actually ended up putting these sleeves in. Hopefully you can hear me. I put those sleeves in because it comes with it. So you just take them and then you put them in it yourself. So we're on 9. We haven't used these yet. Little dots. We have not used these, even and odd. And then you have these geometric shape puzzles. I cut these out, these little pieces, and then I cut out the ones that they said to cut out, and then I left the other ones. So there's some prepping. It took a little while, but it's worth it because it was so affordable compared. My oldest has Right Start Math. I don't know if I'm going to switch my son over to Right Start Math. It just depends on how well he continues to grow with this program. If he starts to need a different way of learning that I find Right Start Math shows or has, then I will continue. We'll just switch over because I already have all the manipulatives for Right Start Math. But that'll be another video. It comes with these. Little garden manipulatives. Those are cute. Shapes. More shapes. Inchworm manipulatives. And these blocks.
I only want to do it.
So those are all the manipulatives. These blocks are actually really fun. They get to like build these little structures. So they have like the little like block outlines, and then they put it on and they try to build the structures. So those are kind of fun. This curriculum is absolutely beautiful. It has vibrant color, short lessons. I love the manipulatives. I love the just artwork. It just has so much to it. It's just, I really love it. It's one of my favorite programs to use. So if you want to keep watching, please like and subscribe. Thanks.